Hi guys, welcome back to my War Games hobby channel. I'm at the club tonight. We're upstairs, so it may be a bit noisy for this game, but we're going to have a real fun game tonight and something completely different. And I just thought it'd be a really good one to share because it's a bit, well, for me, it's a bit wacky, but it's my choice. So if it all goes wrong, I'm to blame. Anyway, let me explain what we're doing. Right, so tonight we're playing Xenos Rampant. I've played a couple of games, but not a lot, so I'm a little bit green. And here's the, you can see the table. We've set everything up, and what we're doing is I haven't got any sort of space marines or anything like that, which futuristic anyway. So I'm using my US World War II. But this is 1950s America. And guess where we are? Well, we're in Area 51. And what's happened is a UFO has come across Area 51 and they got quite near to this comms unit here and they got shot down. So the pilot is somewhere in here in his wreckage of a UFO. Now, to make things more complicated, well, the US, basically, the troops are coming out of this comm centre to try and capture whoever was in that UFO. But also, they do realise they spotted another UFO a few miles away because they didn't want to get anywhere near the anti-aircraft. And some aliens are coming on from this side to rescue the pilot. But to make it really interesting, and rather than just have one pilot, and once one of the teams, or either the rescuers or the US troops have captured him, then it's almost game over. We've actually got 6. It's noisy in here tonight, isn't it? We've actually got 6 figures, because not only is this alien a shapeshifter, so he's shaped himself into a human being, he's obviously been watching TV, and his hero is Clint Eastwood, the man with no name. So it might be him, but you'll notice there's some other figures as well. Look, there's one in that wood, there's another one over there. And what he's done is he's created 5 other clones, so we don't know which one is the actual pilot. All the clones are very convincing. They're all convinced that they are the pilot, but only one of them is. So what both factions have to do is to capture as many of these 6 figures on the table as we can and get them back to our area, either into that area there or into the comm centre. And we won't know whether till we get back there, whether we've got the real person or not, because one of our colleagues at the club has written down which one is the real pilot, and we don't know ourselves. So we've got to go out there, try and capture as many people as we can, get them back to our area, and only at the end of the game will we know whether we're successful or not, which should be quite fun. There's 4 of us doing this. It's a 36-point game. It was just going to be me and Martin, but we've had a couple of guys turn up, haven't got a game, so we've asked them to join in, and we'll see how we get on. I hope the sound of this is okay when I come to edit it, because we're in the small room upstairs and it can get very noisy here. So apologies if it's not as clear as I'd like it to be, but we'll do it anyway and see how it turns out. So there we go. I've got 2 recon units, 3 heavy units, 1 with a heavy machine gun, and 2 support units, a mortar and an artillery piece. And over here, Martin's got a walker, which is that big beast there in the corner, I imagine.
Yeah, that's it. That's the walker.
Yeah.
There's light infantry.
Yeah.
Standard heavy infantry.
Yeah.
Heavy infantry with close combat doctrine.
Okay.
Leader. Another one. They got boarding shields. And
Okay.
This is a support infantry unit.
Oh, good. Okay. So there we go, guys. But we're just going to do the first move and give it a go. And what I'll do is, again, I'm not going to record the whole thing. I will do highlights every so often, come back and let you know what's happening. Right. Should be fun. So it's not a good start for the Americans, because the aliens have managed to roll well enough to start first. So they're already coming on over the other side. So we're moving up, although we're not moving up very successfully. These units, that one there and that one over there, move for free. So they're moving up all right. We moved up the mortar team once, and these have moved once, but we failed on others. So all these guys here haven't moved yet. So we need to get them moving. So we moved the 2 recon units first, because they're free, and then we got a dice. And most of our units move on 5, some move on 6. We've just been rolling really badly. Whereas the opposition have got 3 units that will move for free, so they're approaching the wreck of the UFO much quicker than we are. No shooting yet, but that's going to happen soon. So this isn't going very well for the Americans, because with these rules, once you fail to activate any unit, then that's it. It's your turn over. And the Americans are really not rolling very well for moving. The recon unit, that recon unit over there has taken 1 casualty, but he's okay. My recon unit that was over here has come round there and taken the captured clone, or whether it was the pilot, we don't know. Anyway, back to the building. They can come out again now. But I keep failing to move the rest of my troops. I'm just rolling really, really bad for movement. And these aliens, look, are moving up the field as if it's, well, they're just finding it very, very easy to move. He's also doing some shooting. This thing here has got an armour of 6, so that's going to be very difficult to do any damage on that. I did shoot it with my heavy machine gun, and I got armour piercing, which reduced the armour down to 5, but I only got, and because they're heavy machine gun, their 6s count as 2, I only got 3 hits, so it wasn't enough. So we're struggling at the moment, but we have captured 2 civilians. There's the 3rd one there. They have as well, and now it's just going to be a bit of a firefight to see whether we can capture any of the other ones away from the enemy. Right, report back later. I opened fire with my heavy machine gun on the mech unit across there, needing 5 and 6s. 6s count double, and look what I do. And I'm pretty hopeless, really, frankly. Yeah, rubbish. So a great opportunity lost there. Okay, guys, a little bit of an update. Things are looking better for the American side. We're starting to move forward now here. I've got my artillery on the hill. We've moved the mortar team up because the recce unit, which has got a prisoner here, needs to get back to the building. So they're not spotting at all. So we need to be able to see the enemy to shoot at them. So we've moved them up as well. We did manage to shoot, these guys in here managed to shoot over onto that unit, of which was 10 figures, but we got 5 casualties on it because the American infantry got armour piercing. They're quite powerful units. We're still firing at the mech unit in the middle, but we're getting nowhere with that because it's got armour 6. Even with the armour piercing, it goes down to 5. We're just not getting enough casualties. We have captured 2 figures. Well, we've captured 3 now. We've got 1 back in the building, and the other 2 are over here. You can see 1 here and the other 1 there. We're going to stick with them at the moment. I think the recce unit might try and bring them back into the building so that we've got another 1 in the building and then go back out again. They're doing the same. They're reducing 1 unit over there, retreating to get back into their building, and then they can drop that prisoner off, or the rescue, the so-called pilot, if it is the pilot. As I've mentioned before, we don't know which one of these 6 is a pilot because we've got 1 real pilot and 5 clones. So there's a bit of a firefight going on. With these rules, it really is mostly firefights, unlike Xenos Rampant where it's nearly all melee. But there's a bit of a firefight going on. The Americans are slowly now moving up, so things are looking a bit better. Fortunately, we can move our recon units, and then we can fire as well for free. That's what the heavy infantry do. They have to dice to move, but they don't have to dice to fire. So once they get into a nice position to open fire, they'll just keep shooting. Right, so I'll report back later. Things are looking up. We both got three target pilots each. It's really a case of whether we've got the real pilot or not. We won't know that till the end of the game. Right, report back later. Okay, so it's going much better for the Americans. Now we've got these troops moved up. We're opening fire virtually every turn, and we're doing a lot of damage. That mech unit's taken 2 hits now, or 2 casualties out of 5. So we only got to get 1 more, and it'd be down to half strength. And then my artillery, which finally managed to get to this hill, which has got a 48-inch range, fired all the way over there to a unit on top of that hill, which they could see, and that took 3 casualties out of 5. So they've fallen back. We've still only got the 3 captives. We've got to try and get some back, really, but that's not going to be easy. One of them is already in the compound over there. There's another one captured by the mech unit. Where's the 3rd one that you've got?
5, 6.
Oh, you've got 2 in there.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you only had 1 in there. Right, okay. So we're basically fighting over this guy here, aren't we? Yep. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realise they'd got 2 back in their compound. So at the moment, it's all square with regards to captured clones, one of which is the pilot. But the casualties we're causing on the aliens are quite heavy. And I think now we can move forward and try and recapture that guy in the middle there. Right, report back later when a bit more's happened. Okay, now I think what's going to happen here is we both got 3 prisoners each, and I can't see anyone getting prisoners back. So it's going to end up just being a firefight in the middle here, just to do some damage to each other, because really we've got 1 here. We've got another one somewhere. Oh, the lady with the next to the mortar, and we've captured this lady. The recon unit's going to bring her back. So we've got 3, they've got 3, they've already got 2 in the compound, 1 over there. So we're not going to be able to recapture any of the target clones or pilot. But we're just going to have a firefight now, and we still don't know who's won the game. And we can't check that until the game finishes. But I do think the Americans have got the advantage with weaponry at the moment. They're causing a lot of damage. The mech unit is down to 3 out of its 5 hits. But now we're out of range. We've got to move these up, and we just failed to do that with an activation for this unit. So we can't move up. It's their turn now. They're talking about what they're going to do in the middle. So we may have already won the game if we know we've got the pilot, and then they may have won as well. But we're going to carry on, because we did agree we wouldn't check to see who's got the pilot until after the game. Another member of the club wrote down who the pilot really is, and we don't know that until the game finishes. And it already depends on that. One of us has already won, but we don't know it yet. So we're just going to have a bit of a firefight now in the middle. The firefight continues. We keep trying to hit that mech unit, but he's got armor 6, so that's not easy. I'm moving up with this unit here. I've got my guys in the trees here. So hopefully if enemy are within 12 inches, they can redirect the mortar fire. And that's about all to report, really. He's moving up with some troops over there. Yeah, we just got this firefight in the middle now. We've still got to get this lady here back to the compound. But we're not worried about that yet, because we don't think they can get anywhere near anyway. We've got too much support there. So we've got some good news. Look, we managed to get this this unit, this heavy, what is it again?
It's a walker.
A walker, but it's a pretty heavily armoured walker, armour 6. But what we did was this recon unit was near enough to spot for the mortar, which then hits on 3s, 4s, 5s and 6s, and with 10 dice he got 7 hits. So, and then he had to do a courage test. Unfortunately, because he's down to less than half strength now, he only got 1 dice, and then he rolled a 1. So they went, it's gone. So that unit has been destroyed, which was a real pain, because they were threatening to get this lady here. We should have moved her first, really, but anyway, we decided to open fire first. These did fire, but did no damage. And then we remembered about the spotting for the wrecker unit using the mortar. So that really did the business. We've got to now do the rest of the American moves, but that's really a positive result for us. Puts us in front, I reckon. Yeah, so the Americans are moving up. We're in a very strong position now, although we still might have lost the game, you know. We still don't know whether we've captured the pilot or not. We've got 2 captives. The third one is well within our under our control, but we need to get her back to the compound there for it to count. So we should do that soon, really. We might bring this recon unit over, maybe, to do that, rather than a whole unit of 10 heavy infantry. This unit have moved into the wood in a bit of position where they can spot that unit now in cover. So I can use my artillery here in a minute. I can spot for them. And the rest of the aliens are now moving up. They've got their 3 captives in a safe place. They're now just going to try and get a bit of revenge for their losses. I think the Americans have got the upper hand slightly as far as firepower and casualties go. We're getting to near a point where the game's going to be ending soon because the aliens are withdrawing now. Well, they've come forward, but they're playing in defensive mode. They can't reach this lady over here. And I think the Americans are stronger in terms of numbers and firepower. So I think eventually we're going to push them back. And it all depends who's got the pilot. We still don't know. Interesting. Right, so. One figure. I lose a figure here from shooting. I've got to do a test. I rolled a 7. They're all right. And now I can roll to see whether I shoot back. I don't. Yeah, it's going well. We're pushing about. This unit here is in trouble. They've only got 4 men left, so they're less than half strength. But my guys here, a little bit in the open. I shouldn't have done that really. They're being shot at from 3 different directions. However, we are winning over here. Oh, that doesn't look very good. There's another figure gone. I have to do another test. They're still okay. So yeah, he's trying to destroy this unit. I've got a wrecker unit in here. My artillery's moving up. The mortar is in range of these guys now. So they're falling back. The aliens are falling back, and they're quite near to having to do a test for all their units as well, because nearly half their figures have been lost. Okay, so we've finished the game because the aliens are now just withdrawing, and they can get away what's left of them. The Americans won't be able to catch them up. So now it was a case of whether we had the pilot or not. There's the 3 characters they've got, and they're the 3 characters we've got. You'll notice there's a lady with the pink hat, and if you look at my sheet here, it's the lady, the woman with the pink hat is the pilot. So the Americans won. We still could have lost it on that, because had they picked up one of their 3 been the pilot, they could have claimed a win, but they didn't. So it was a good, fun game, and yeah, the rules worked all right. Right, guys, so I hope you sort of enjoyed that. A bit noisy in here tonight, not the ideal place to do a recording, but it was a good, fun game. Right, see you soon.